And what was that?
Being able to move on to the next thing quickly. How pivotal was that in this game where you knew South Carolina was going to get boards, you knew they were going to extend possessions, you knew that they were going to do the thing, but how much did you see that from your team, the ability to just move on after that?
You know, they've just been really doing that well. I mean, even back to Georgia. I said, we get Georgia, this will be one of the tougher ones we have. Just because, you know, the pressure of doing it at home, right? But their huddles are so good. You know, there's Kate Martin is phenomenal. Has been her whole career here. But when she started to play and could really lead, you know, she's just steady. She just always like stay in the moment. You know, keeping them here, but not in a stay in the moment. You know, that's different than stay in the moment. We're good. And, you know, Lisa's, you know, the delivery and knowing you're playing against this team that, you know, I guess was it 42 games. Like, they're not just going to be all of a sudden just, you're going to win by 20. You know, you got to handle those ebbs and flows. And I just think it's their maturity and their belief in each other, their belief in what we're doing. And so now the trick is to let them enjoy this and then to keep that belief going for 40 more minutes.
What was the dialogue like when you were talking to Addison O'Grady, you know, giving her confidence as a freshman to go into such a game, you know, something like this?
You know, at this point, right, I mean, I just believe, you know, you gotta fill them because you can teach later, right? And I just was, when I was coaching her, I just wanted her to be more aggressive. And so I was like, I'm okay if you foul, right? But just kind of praising what she was doing well, you know, taking up space and, you know, just reminding her that she's here for a reason and this is her time. We need that size. And the same way, you know, Hannah had a big charge she took on Boston. And, you know, that the second half she didn't play as much only because I just felt like we needed a little bit more height. But just like reminded them, you're here for a reason, your destiny. You're destined to be a Hawk, right? You're destined to be here right now in this moment. So let's not waste time with what we're not. This is what you are, and you're here playing for a shot at the next round.
What were you most proud of as a coach, seeing team do out there?
Oh man, I think just handle the little comebacks, you know, because we got, whether it was 4, one time we got up 9, right? 8 or 9? 9, and then they came back to 4 or 2, maybe even took the lead, you know, just like, but no one was like that panic. Because, you know, you coach long enough, you see it all. It happens all to you. I'm so happy this is happening to me, right? Getting to go with my group. But I think that was it. They're just consistency. You know, they just managed those emotions, managed some tough calls, managed, you know, a couple turnovers the wrong time, managed the run. I think that's what I really liked, is there was never too high, never too low, but just a look in their eyes that were like, we're winning this thing.
So when in the game did your mindset turn from we can do this to they're really doing this?
8.9 seconds. That's when I let myself really think, okay, we're up 4. We're going to inbound it. We're going to get, I think it was 8.9. Seems like that was in my and then when Caitlyn put them both down, I was like, there's no way. We're not going to do anything that's stupid. You know, I wasn't like overconfident, but I was like, we just got to let that clock tick. They get 2, you know. But I mean, I felt good that last 4 minutes, you know. But the trick is staying right in the moment. That's what we you know, kept coming to the bench, stay right here. But then there was a couple moments in that with about a minute left. I thought, I think this is going to happen. But I didn't drop my shoulders till like 0.9. Yeah.
Tried to stop Caitlyn, and she's just like unsolvable.
You know.
What have you seen people try on her, and why doesn't any of it work?
Well, you know, I'm not saying Kim Hawkeyes pretty good now. She didn't get to where she is, because she's got a lot of tricks up her sleeves, and I just think, you know, what is helpful that our role players, you know, people say they're role players, and they just are ready when they get their shot. Like, McKenna's not a role player. Gabby is not a role player, in our opinions, because Caitlyn is wired differently. So Caitlyn takes a lot more shots than maybe we would have allowed anybody else in our system. But Caitlyn's best when she's like reading it and going. And so with Caitlyn, like if you're, you know, it's kind of hard to double her when it's a point guard, because she kind of gets the ball in her hands. If you can run her off her screen, get it, and then she's pretty crafty with it. You run 2 at her, boy, you're going to show on the screen, or she's pretty good at, like, she's so good at all those levels. So, like, if you're a really good 3-point shooter, then the task is easy. You make her put it on the floor, smother her, right? Well, if you really can't shoot the 3, sag off. Caitlyn, I mean, she's so good at the pass, the drive, the shot, the finish, the length. I mean, I think that's why it's tough, because you want to double her, but do you really want to double her at 3/4 court? On the other side, because she's going to throw it to someone that is capable. But I mean, I respect the heck out of Kim Mulkey. So I don't know. We'll look, to see what she's going to do. We've seen a lot of people sell out on her, and some people just let her have 40. Some people, I mean, they usually beat the heck out of her. If you look at her arms, go look at her arms tonight. I mean, it's ridiculous. They're cut. They're just like they're bleeding. I mean, that's what they do. And then you're not like, you're in the lane. Well, then there's just a lot of, like, grabbing, and there's holding, and there's, but that stuff never gets called. So she actually, keeps her head pretty well.
How well have you seen her? Or how have you seen her mature through that and sort of not get frazzled, and also
We
just
worked
the
on a lot.
intelligence of, like, that part of it, of like,
Yeah.
okay, well, here's how I need to adjust to
Yeah. That's been a constant work. I mean, when she was younger, she in 7th, 8th grade, that really frustrated her, and kind of the hot head. And so it's just been a work of it, a lot of meetings, a lot of, watching the tape, and how does this affect you? How can we counter that? This is, okay, you did this and made you feel better, but everybody else is now hyping like crazy, So just learning, and then I think she got more confident. So it's, it didn't happen overnight. But, she just is a, good student of the game. And, when she was younger, I said, yeah, passion, because she'd always say passion. I go, well, let's not, mistake that for sometimes poor sportsmanship, So now we got that definition a lot different, right? But it's just like you're raising a kid. I don't know if you guys are parents, but you have a little toddler. Somebody just say, no. And you think they finally got it? And then back to timeout, And that's just kind of the process. But boy, she's just done a beautiful job this year.
Has it set in that you're potentially 40 minutes away from a national title?
Yes and no. On the floor, you have a lot of adrenaline. One more. But yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy cool, right? You're just like, is this happening? But then when I think about all the work that's gone in, and
Love you, Coach Jen.
I love you, Kate Martin. Enjoy it. And it feels pretty good.
Your voice sounds a little hoarse. Are
Yeah.
you gonna be able to recover in
Yeah,
time?
I think so. I guess I've learned about the medicine balls at Starbucks. I guess it's some honey citrus, but if you order a medicine ball, are you familiar?
No, I
It's
haven't.
that lingo. So you
Oh.
just say medicine ball, and it's whatever the thing is, and it helps the throat.
Oh,
So
Coffee or tea?
it's tea, and it's like a little honey. I think it's actually the honey citrus. I don't really like tea, but I've been sucking that down. We've all kind of taken our turn. Lisa was kind of sicker than a dog at the Big Tens. I'm probably stressed or emotionally. I just haven't slept as well since Sunday, my dad, and then the travel, and you're up late watching film. So this could be a little bit of everything. But try those medicine balls. They're pretty good. A lot of people swear by them, and I thought it was pretty good.
oh.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, it's one of those. But then I think it showed up on my app like this honey citrus. But I feel like they throw something extra in it. Take that for what it's worth. A little free little info for you on the Starbucks.